Hey, here with Half Dozen Customs. We're back out here for a little Monte Monday madness. Ow. Where we left off last week, I told you guys we're real close to getting this motor pulled. We got to disconnect the fuel lines, power steering pump, exhaust from the header, trans mount, motor mounts, and it should come out. So, but we're going to start with, I'm going to pull this fan off just to get it out of the way, so I'm not trying to remove this power steering pump between the blades. So we're going to pull that off, and then we'll get this power steering pump off. Power steering pump stays with the car. It'll go on the new motor somehow. I'm going to have to get a new bracket set up for that motor. That motor came out of the Jeep, and there's no power anything. There's alternator mounted to it, and that's it. So got to get a new bracket set up for it. And I know I've talked about this in other videos, but a certain year, like pre-78 or something, certain style heads came with no accessory holes in them. Those heads that are on there are 327 Corvette heads with no accessory holes. So the bracket setup that I have to order, it's kind of a weird setup. Everything mounts down on the bottom instead of having stuff being able to mount up at the top. So that'll be an interesting little setup. I've already found the setup. It's not that bad. It's only like 150 bucks or something for everything. And it gives us, it relocates the alternator to the other side. Power steering pump would go where the alternator is. Let's see. So power steering pump will go where the alternator is. Alternator will get relocated to the other side. And then up above that they have the AC. The AC will get mounted up above the alternator over there. So, and like I said, we will be one day running AC in this thing. So. So lots of stuff to order for this car. We got to order that assembly for the front of the motor. We need to order the lowering kit for it, which is shocks and struts, or shocks and springs. New fuel lines, new brake lines, new body bolts and bushings all the way around. All new ball joints, tie rod ends, all new brake setup, new master cylinder, booster, new fuel tank. Yeah, we got some stuff to order here, and you know, we're gonna be getting close. Pretty soon we're gonna be hopefully by the end of the year, we will have all the body panels for it. New hood, fenders, doors, quarters. And once we have all that stuff assembled and it's painted, then this will probably get moved over to the garage, where we can just slowly order stuff. A new project will get started, and you know, as we order stuff, we'll jump back to this one. I know I've mentioned it in other videos. This bolt's being stubborn. Maybe because I'm going the wrong way. That might help. Silly me. Going the wrong way here. Ow. Oh, they hurt. Oh, smacked my funny bone. That was not funny. Ooh. Putting those back so I don't lose them. All right, now should have grabbed a ratcheting wrench. Mud daubers. Trying to see if any of these holes that are on this thing line up. And I'm gonna have to say no. They do not. We'll do a little engine plate modification. Basically, I'm just gonna drill some holes there or ream it out. I'm sure it's not recommended by the engine plate company to be doing this, but I paid for it. It's my plate. I don't suggest anybody else do it, but I'm gonna do it. Doing that drill bit. course, that was one of the single size bits in my set. Most of my set has multiple drill bits of each size. That one was one that they only give you one. So we're going to try this again. The way I look at it is I'm getting rid of some of the material. It should be easier to ream it out then. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're good. Gotta find some bolts and throw some washers on there for some extra security. Okay, we got some bolts. Let's see about some washers. All right. Alright, motor plate secure. So, you have to modify tools. I just bought that thing recently to pull that 350 out of the Jeep actually, from O'Reilly's. They're 20 bucks, so not that big of a deal that I had to modify it a little bit, but now we can pull this motor out. So see a couple things here. So since we removed that power steering pump, there's the motor mount bolt. Super easy to get to. This side, not so much. So, alright, you guys died there. So, only thing I was working on while you guys were shutting off was I removed the lower radiator hose. So, I can see that this is going to be an issue this summer. So last summer I had the GoPro 8 and that died I don't know, a few months back. It was only like 5 months old, and it quit working, and it was still under warranty from GoPro, and they sent me the GoPro 10. It's only 78 degrees in the shop, and that GoPro is so hot. When I just went to go change the battery out, like, it's unbelievably hot. And from some of the reviews that I've seen from the GoPro 10 is they have a heating issue. So I could see this is going to be an issue because, you know, in a couple months we will be out here working, and it will be 110 out here in the shop. So when it's 110 out here, what's going to happen to that GoPro? I didn't seem to have any problems with the GoPro 8. I mean, it got hot, but I never had any problems with it like overheating and shutting off. Apparently the GoPro 10 does have that issue. But yeah, I don't know. The GoPro 8s, they discontinued them, so I don't know if I think you can still get them, but once they run out of them, that's it. And that was a few months ago, so they may be out of them by now. Unfortunately, I don't have a bunch of cash laying around that I can just buy a bunch of GoPro 8s. So that was the AC bracket that I just pulled. AC was missing off this vehicle. I did not remove it. So this is, this is the stuff that I wasn't expecting. There's always stuff that you don't expect. But, I said that there was only those few things that we had to pull. And, I ended up pulling the fan. I totally forgot about the carburetor and putting the engine plate on it. Now I had to pull the AC bracket, and I'm pulling the fuel pump. So, there's always stuff that you don't expect to have to pull, or you're not thinking about it. I see these trans lines. They may come out with the vehicle, but we'll have to look into that. Or they may come out with the motor, but we'll have to look into that and just make sure that they're not running through something or attached anywhere. Like right here, I see they're zip tied to the frame. There's a little bit of gas left in there. No, that's oil. That's not good. Smells like gas. But there's definitely oil. There's an oil jacket down there that keeps that thing oiled. Alright, well, there's the motor mount. So I'm not going to pull those yet. That'll be the last thing that I pull. we'll be back shortly to do trans mount, exhaust. I gotta get the hole underneath of the car cleaned out. I got stuff stored underneath it. Stuff for this car is stored underneath it, so I'll have to get that all cleaned out, and then we'll get underneath there and we'll do, like I said, we'll get the trans mount out, hopefully get the exhaust bolts out, hopefully. I say hopefully because it's all stuff that I haven't messed with yet, and you know, if you guys have watched any of our previous videos, this car was very, very rusty. So I'm not expecting the trans mount or the exhaust bolts to come out nicely. Hopefully the trans mounts don't give us any problems. The exhaust bolts, I could care less if they break off. I could care less if we have to cut all of it out. But yeah, hopefully the trans mount comes out okay. Engine mount I'm not too worried about because it is well oiled. So, but alright, we'll be back when we're ready to crawl underneath the car. So, like I said, I gotta clean everything out. I gotta switch you guys to the short tripod so you guys can fit underneath there with me. I'll see you then.
Oop.